Wow, second time. Okay. So, hello everyone and good morning, afternoon, evening, and welcome to Breakfast and Tech with Omo, the fifth. Yep, it has been the fifth time that we've been doing this, and I apologize if we keep on flip-flopping schedules. It do be like that, and a lot of things has happened. So let's first get into hoping everyone is well. So again, good morning, afternoon, evening. If it's if your day is starting, may your mm, may your day be good ahead of you, and may you eat lots because if you haven't eaten lots, it wouldn't be enough fuel to power you for the whole day or at least up until lunch. And if you are heading to bed, don't forget to clean yourself up, go ahead and brush your teeth and whatnot. And most importantly, uh, check if your room is at the perfect temperature and that all of the pillows are cold. So yeah, I hope everyone is doing well today and is having a nice day today. And let's get into the tech segment because not much has happened within the week. There have been announcements of the Galaxy S26, the S26 Plus, and the S26 Ultra. There was supposed to be the S26 Edge, but due to thin phones not really being that successful or good at the first place, and in my opinion, I feel like it's not good because they're compromising too much. You know, if they could just commit and add in the silicon carbon batteries that they usually use in Chinese flagships, like the Xiaomi 17 Pro and the Pro Max, and the Xiaomi 17 series, the Vivo stuff, all of those. If they add that into, let's say, the S25 Edge, and then I think it would be all right. Not only that, I feel like it's all right to reduce the price of the phones a bit, and you could see this on what is happening also with the iPhone 17 Air, which nobody really bought as well. It's just so close to the Pro, and it doesn't really have that much benefits over than it's just thin. But putting a case on top of these phones just almost defeats the purpose, especially if you add in a power bank. This is the lesson that I learned with my S20 FE as well. You know, I placed a MagSafe case on my S20 FE, so whenever the battery gets low, I could just plop one in. But the problem with that is it's kind of bulky now. It's heavy. It almost weighs like what, 750 grams. Let's check this on the scale. Here's my Huawei Scale 3, and we are measuring it. Yeah, my phone weighs a whole 400 grams now. That is not light at all. That is quite uncomfortable to carry in one hand compared to just the phone, which only weighs 200 grams. And that's with all of the magnets and all of the screen protector and whatnot. It should be slightly, Hey, Tractatori! Hope you're doing well in this fine day, night, wherever you are. Yes, yes. So, I hope you are doing well. And yeah, sit back, relax, eat if you have to, and enjoy. So, yeah, that is basically what I was talking about in terms of the weight aspects of why thin phones aren't really that good. And a lot of people or a lot of brands are following as well. Yeah. Oh yeah, how are you today, Traktatori? I hope you are doing well. So yeah, because of that, um foldable phones aren't really that appealing, and we could see that in the sales. Whether or not if it's the Galaxy S25 Edge and the iPhone 17 Air or the Techno whatever Edge they have. I know a lot of other brands have copied the whole thin phone thing, and it's not really giving that much success as well. Maybe some of them even with the silicon carbon battery. Oh yeah, the solid. I'll just call it solid state battery because it's mostly like that. So the other reasons why other brands aren't really that good, it's because they're also having subpart chips as well. Because at least the iPhone 17 Air has the flagship chip as well as the S25 Edge, but other thin phones not so much. Sometimes they compromise, sometimes they even have like a G100, which I think is a rebranded G99. Um I'm not sure on that, but it's still a Helio, and Helios aren't really that flagship. Currently at work right now, not fully well because of the cold weather, but so far so good. That's great. That's great. If you're sick, stock up on multivitamins. At least eat one multivitamin every day. And that's what I'm doing to keep myself healthy. Maybe stretch, work out a bit. Because I heard it helps build up your immune system and whatnot. And yeah, hydrate. Just continue to hydrate. Drink warm drinks and soup if you can. And yeah, hopefully that sickness will be gone soon and that you are feeling in tip top shape. So yeah, that is it for the tech segment. We also saw the S26, S26 Plus, and the S26 Edge. No, Edge. What? The S26, the S26 Plus, and the S26 Ultra. We saw all of the Geekbench scores, and it performs as it should, with the new Snapdragon Elite Gen 5. And that's good. At least we know that we're getting flagship performance, as you should with the Galaxy S series. But they are still reusing the cameras from the S26, from the S25, which is from the 24, which is from the 23, which is from the 22. So for anyone who wants to buy a Galaxy right now, I suggest going with a Galaxy S23 or a 24. The 25 is not yet still worth it to me, let alone the 26. And that's what most likely I'll be getting maybe mid or end year. I'm still not fully sure if I should upgrade from my S20 FE because it still does 90% of the things I want it to do. Sure, there's some advanced things that I can't let it do, but I'm fine with it. Nothing wrong with it. Sure, I don't have that 100x zoom. I don't have like 6.8, 6.9 inches of like very big screen, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm happy about it. So let's shift over to, well, what is happening so far in life. What is happening within um life so far within this week. And from what we left off last Thursday, it's mostly setting up for parties. One thing that I can talk about is arranging for parties is quite draining, especially if you're the one hosting it. Because the amount of work that you have to put into making the food, making sure everything is clean, then making sure that all of the guests are having a good time. even though if it's like your day, you know, like a special occasion, like if even if it's your birthday, then again, I still can't believe it. Yes, I am indeed like, yeah, 20. Yeah, I am 20. And mm, I know. Might be a bit too young, but I've been here for like the past 5 years. And it has felt like almost a lifetime already. And it's quite interesting to see how things change, to see how people change, the community change. And it's kind of wild. But yeah, even then, it's all good. I also have to like put all of the food here because I do want to show you guys all of the food that I ate. All right, let's save that image. Okay, and save that. But so far, with all of the things that I've gotten, I think I can go ahead and give something back to the community. Um, be it a guide when it comes to buying phones or buying laptops, or it could be something like a whole community Zomboid server. Um, it is possible, but I don't really know how to make it 100% foolproof. Hey, Nabe! Hi, hi! How are you, Nabe? I hope you're having a very good day, night, wherever you are. Yeah, so it's alright. We're just here yapping, taking it slow, trying to get out of the sleepiness because I am indeed quite sleepy. Still quite sleepy. And I'll talk about that a bit later. So, yeah, where is my documents? There we go. Downloads, there we go. Okay. So, food review time. This is this is the first thing that I ate, and this is pesto pasta. Yes, this was mostly handmade. Well, except for the noodles. That one I think we got the, what do you call that? The Barilla. Yeah, the Barilla noodles. But this is quite easy. All you need is a food processor. Cook the noodles to al dente. Then add in some bay leaves and, what do you call that? And garlic. Make sure it's peeled and crushed. Process all of that. Add in some olive oil and then cook it. Add salt, obviously, and pepper to taste. And once you have that, you get yourself a decent pesto pasta. And that's gone. There were no leftovers of the pesto pasta, so that's definitely one of the best foods that I had on this list. So if you guys are feeling hungry, I apologize. Please get yourselves some breakfast, lunch, and dinner if you haven't already. So the second one here is the roast beef. Wait, I'm gonna go ahead and lock everything here so that nothing moves. Okay. The second thing here is the roast beef. I know this looks like beefsteak, but we just tried to make it fancy and whatnot. This one, well, is self-explanatory. Roast beef, with gravy. Very good. Um, we still have a little bit left, and I fear for the day that we are out of it because I don't I don't want to lose it. It's very yummy. Then we have here mashed potatoes. All right. So this one, Yeah. If you are noticing, it might look a little cloudy, but it's because it's being protected in like cling wrap. Because we're all preparing this beforehand, and it wouldn't be that good if all of the flies or all of the room stuff, gets into the food and then it doesn't taste as expected. So here's the mashed potatoes, still self-explanatory. Just peel some potatoes, boil them, mash them, add in some butter and cream, and you're all good to go. If you don't have cream, milk will do just fine. Um, I'm not sure if it works with non-cow's milk, but feel free to try. It might be better, it might be worse, but trying is the essence of progress or innovation, I guess. So here, still just bread, nothing much, some garlic bread. Hey, good morning, Omo. Quasar. Hey, I know you. Hello, hello. Long time no see. Glad you're here in the stream. So, hey, hey. Just here talking about life and tech. If you do ever want to like ask for any tech advice, feel free. I'm just here to yap for about the next hour or so. So don't worry, we good. Yes, yes. Oh yeah, as for my schedule, it's all listed there in the Twitch page. You could see when I'll stream. Though it may be subject to change, so if you ever want to make sure when I'll stream next, go ahead and check it just from time to time, maybe like a day or so. But the days that it's listed there in the schedule is mostly what is when I'm gonna be streaming on. Sorry, ESL. Or I could just be out of my mind at this point. It's fine. So yeah, yeah, but yeah, how are you? I hope you're doing today. Hope you're doing good today in this fine day and night. See, look how, look how off I am. I don't know why I'm so off. No focus. No focus. So here is the salad. It's just your stereotypical Caesar salad. You could put in any dressing you want. Some people put in balsamic and parmesan. Some they don't do it that. They mostly put Thousand Island. Sometimes they put truffle. So whatever floats your boat. That's just your regular food. Oh, there. And now we get into the desserts. This is fruit salad. So basically, from what I know, it's just a mix of some gelatin and some assorted vegetables. Well, vegetables, yeah. Is corn a vegetable or is corn a fruit? I think corn's a vegetable. Assorted fruits and vegetables. So you mix that up. I think there's a bit of coconut here, a bit of cherries, a bit of mangoes, a bit of lychees. All of that stuff, the only limit is your imagination, and it was alright. So there goes the fruit salad. I'll put all of the main stuff here, and then wait, let me adjust everything. You never know. Gotta make everything here orderly. And then here's some fruit salad. And then here we have, yep, I'll put the desserts here. So here's the chocolate cake. Very good, very good. This is different from the one that we had last week. This one is this one has less of a chocolatey flavor, but more of a sticky rice flavor, and I like it. And that is what I'm also gonna be eating for this day. So very nice, very nice. Then last but not least, we got the egg pie. This is just your standard Goldilocks egg pie with some puto. For those, disclaimer for anyone in the Spanish speaking areas of the world, This is a rice dessert dish, okay? I am not talking about the other kind. So yes, yes. That is mostly the food that we had. There was also some nachos that we had, some coffee, but it's all good. Speaking of which, I do really have to eat one of my cake now. Okay. One? No, this is just one cake. I cannot eat multiple cakes or else that'll be too much, you know? Too much calories is bad, make you fat. Stay fit, guys. Mm, yeah. This is the reason why I really like the cake. It's still chocolatey, which is good, but it tastes more like a rice dessert than like a traditional cake. And it's amazing. But yeah, after my birthday, I got sent all the way to the airport like last night. I was thinking of, plopping into a stream, lurking around, but something came up and we had to go to the airport. And the airport is one of the most hectic things ever. Could be the common thing for a lot of countries, but especially here in the Philippines. There's so many cars going in and out, not in an orderly fashion. They go in, park it, shove whatever they have to shove, then go out. All while being traffic, which is obviously our staple thing in the Philippines. And not only that, um, there are a lot of people too. So there's people from across the world going front and back in every aisle, and it also kind of shows my height because I had to really look up to see people, because there's people that are like 5'7", 5'8", 5'9", 6'1", 6'3", maybe even higher. But me as someone that's 5'2", it kind of shows that I'm trailing behind in the height department. But hey, that's fine, I accepted it already. No Cherifer is gonna help. No milk, no sleep is gonna help. I fully accepted it. When I was 16, they're like, you don't fully grow up until you're 18. So when I turned 18, I didn't really I didn't really grow that much. And they're like, it's all right. It's all right. You'll turn 21 soon. So now I'm here 20 at 20 I still haven't grown. No way you're 5'2". Yes, I am 5'2". I mean we can take a measurement right now. If I find my wait, is it here? I know I had my ruler here. Well, I guess I hid it then. I don't know where I put my things. Maybe I given it. Yeah, no way you're 5'2". Yes, I am 5'2". I am 158.5 centimeters. 159 if you want to help me out. Because that is exactly what the medical examination said. They saw 158.9 point 5. Yeah, I'm gonna give this guy the benefit of a doubt. 159. It's okay. Well, around to 160. No, that's unfair. It's like, well, I'm 5'11", so might as well just round off to 6. It kind of feels a bit too much. Even then, 5'3" isn't really gonna cut it. It's not really gonna cut it to being tall. Because the average height here for males in the Philippines is 5'4". I'm two I'm 2 inches yeah, I'm 2 inches too small for that. It's fine, it's fine. You know, it's it to be like that. Especially when I start to work out and I burn all of the fat that I gained this year, I mean last year, I'm just gonna look small. But yeah, if the whole time zones feels weird right now, I do apologize. It's mostly because well, I'm mostly streaming to the other side of the world. I think that is usually my audience even before like back in 2025. I usually upload around 12 11 11 p.m. all the way to 2 a.m. So, obviously I get the attention of the people there in the Americas and in Europe. So, it is kind of a whiplash to stream at around 9 a.m. Maybe I might try a late night stream. Oh, actually, that is the thing that's gonna happen on uh Thursday. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a late night stream for me, which should be hopefully morning for you guys. But yeah. But anyways, after that, gone ahead, fixed up some stuff, helped out the family, and we arrived here around 2 o'clock, maybe 2:40, and I've done all of this preparation stuff for the stream, and here we are right now. That's mostly it for almost week today. Some stuff might be happening next week. Who knows? I also have to decide because I do have two separate Discord accounts for the server. So I don't know if I should add my main one or just keep it separate or banana. I'll think about that. That's stuff that I should debate with when I'm outside and thinking about life, which I always do think about life. Right. So, what else? Basically, since I'm done talking about life, it's a good time to talk about some advice, some tech advice, because hey, it's Omoime at the end of the day, okay? Not story time. Although if you do enjoy the story times, thank you. Since a lot of people are going back to college, the whole holidays are gone. You guys might be considering buying a laptop or a phone or an iPad or yeah, a tablet and whatnot. First of all, for anyone that's buying a PC, I feel sorry for you. Not gonna get better in the next 1, 2, or 3 years unless if you want to get something from 2013, which 2013 tech is perfectly fine. Graphics card wise, you'd be set up until the 20 series or at least the 3060 because Nvidia's gonna make that again. But anyways, if you're going back to work, school, college, whatever, and you need a setup, here's what I would advise. For a phone, I would get something from the Snapdragon 865 or 8 Gen 1 Plus to 8 Gen 2 era. Meaning, the Galaxy S20, the Galaxy S23, and I think the Z Fold 4 fits in there. Surprisingly, the Z Fold 4 is quite a good price for a foldable, anyways. It's almost the same price of the S23 Ultra. Not affordable in any means, but if you have spare change, well, more than spare change, you can get that. But for most people, any of the FE series would be just fine. The S20 FE is great. The S23 FE has a bit of drawbacks due to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor, but it can manage. But if I were you, I'd just go with the Galaxy S23 instead. That thing should last you probably up until the end of your college days. Especially if you put in a custom ROM. because the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 is still a very fast processor, can still do a lot of emulation, can still play a lot of games quite well. And at times, maybe you might find some with 12 gigabytes of RAM. And I feel like 12 gigabytes of RAM is perfect for um, a do-it-all phone nowadays. 8 is still great, don't get me wrong. My daily driver, the S20 FE, is 8 gigabytes, but I do desire a bit more. And I'm not talking about RAM Plus and whatnot. We had a whole short talking about that. I'm talking about actual RAM. But considering all of the RAM crises right now, might not really be the case for the next 3 generations. So maybe we might not see any meaningful RAM bumps up until the S30, which kind of sucks, but it's whatever. And that's basically it for the phone segment. Unless if you want to go to Apple. If you want to go to Apple, it's a bit different. Because there's really only one choice that you could make with Apple. And that's the iPhone 17. The base iPhone 17. The screen is still plenty big. If you want a bigger screen, maybe go get yourself a 15 Pro Max. Or a 16 Pro Max. But that still costs a lot. The 17, on the other hand, it's still a budget iPhone, budget quote unquote. It's their base model. It has a 120Hz screen, has the latest chip, and it's still quite. It's just an iPhone. It has everything that you need the iPhone to be. There's really no use for the Pro, not unless if you want bragging rights or third camera. Screen is 6.3 inches, the same as the 17 Pro. Sure, it doesn't have that glass reverse charging stuff and all of the other Pro stuff, but for a normal user, even for me, I'd be happy with the 17. Then yeah, that is it for the phone segment. Yes, there might be some other brands like Xperia 5.5, the 1.5, the OnePlus 12. But all of that is up to you. But personally, I recommend either Samsung or Apple. I know these sound like cliche stuff, but trying a lot of phone brands, eventually you're just like, I just want something that works, has a lot of features that are useful, and could get the job done. And that's what basically Apple and Samsung is. One UI is great, iOS is great. I know some people say this sucks, that sucks. No. Both has their drawbacks, both has their advantages, and at the end of the day, you cannot go wrong for either. And with that, I will eat my second cake. Well, second bite of cake. Right. And with that, let's go with laptops. So there's two ways that you could go with this. You could either go with the laptop route or you could go with the tablet route. Cannot go wrong with either, but everything is it's up to preference. Either you want to scribble with the pen or you want to type. So for the tablet side, because that's mostly easy, so we'll go with that first. iPad. That's it. iPad. Any iPad, you're fine. Anything from the past 5 years is fine. But generally, I recommend about iPads from the past 3 years. You could find them used for a good price. They are essentially the best tablets, because even though if Samsung's Tab is still great, it's still kind of lacking in terms of being a tablet. I know Dex is around, but Dex kinda took a nosedive with One UI 8, and I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. I like the One UI 5, One UI 6 kind of Dex. Feels a bit weird. But yeah, if you want the Samsung, you could go with the Tab S7 FE or the Tab S7. I don't really recommend the newer tabs, mostly because it doesn't really make that much sense. Um, it's already the price of an iPad, and you have less features. Unless if you really need an Android, it's not gonna be great. Yeah. Um, then for laptops, no, I'd still prefer MacBook. Yeah. I know. This is the person that talks about ThinkPads, about how Apple is too overpriced, and suddenly you just give a MacBook. But hear me out here. If you're in a very, very tight budget, ThinkPad, sure. Get yourself an X220, an X230, a T480, a T14 Gen 2. That'll do just fine. But if you want something that will survive the entire year of your high school and college, you're bound to just get an M1, an M2, or an M3. I know that the M4 MacBook Air is about 799. You could go and get it much more cheaper on a discount. Um, if 799 is not on the M4s, maybe it is on the M3s and the M2s, and those are still quite good. The M1s, maybe they're showing their age, but they're still perfectly great. You know, I see a lot of college students roam around with M1 MacBook Airs. We even still have a MacBook Air M1 here. That outlived my M2, because I feel like my M2 is a lemon. Is weird. Is weird. But yeah, the M any M series MacBook Air. If you can spend more, the MacBook Pros are great, but you don't really need the Pros. Just make sure that you have more than 256 gigabytes of storage and more than more than 8 gigabytes of RAM. Because you will really need that if you're doing more harder tasks like video editing, because even though if you're not doing video editing for content creation and freelancing and whatnot, eventually you'll still have to do a video or two in class. You know, maybe a specific subject needs it or something, or you might want to play a little bit of games while you're on the go. You know, obviously you're not gonna be at home, you cannot play your PC, so maybe chucking in a game or two, maybe a PlayStation emulator would be quite great, and 16 gigabytes would really help and increase storage. Yes, I know Snapdragon has been making laptop CPUs. The Core Ultras have catched up, but I don't really trust Intel yet at this point because it's still quite kind of hit or miss. Um, AMD on the other hand, they're fine, Strix Halo and whatnot, but they're both pretty meh compared to Apple Silicon. Plus, the battery life. The battery life of Apple Silicon is just amazing. Makes me want to spend all of the money that I have on another MacBook again, but nah. I think I'll be saving up for any of the pros because I like that 120 hertz screen and I like 14 inches, if not 16. But yes. And for other peripherals, make sure you get yourself a USB-C charger and a power bank. Even though if you guys have one at home, make sure to have maybe one or two lying around. Chuck it in the bag. Put a power bank in your bag just in case, because you'll never know when you need to top up on charging, whether or not if that's a long day ahead. Um, or if you're stranded and cannot find a bus, a train, or an Uber, or a car, or your car broke down, or something. You know, you'll never know. I know it's bulky and whatnot, but if it means you can use the phone, then you can use the phone. Um, so basically, that's it. And if I do have a recommended setup right now, it would be the Galaxy S23 Plus or the S23 for the phone. For a tablet, I'd go with the iPad Air or the iPad Mini. Those are great little devices. Can do anything that the bigger iPads can, but obviously in a smaller package. And for the laptop, I'd go with an M4 MacBook Air. Maybe my M2 was just a lemon. It could be. Uh, I've never heard back from the person that bought my M2 MacBook Air, so maybe it just had bad luck. Maybe the second screen replacement is doing well. So, you know, there's a reason why people buy a lot of MacBook Airs, not just the M1s, but the M2, the M3, the M4s. And I can't wait to see what they do in the M5s. Let alone in their big, I feel like they're gonna have a big refresh as per the leaks saying for the MacBooks, both the Pro and the Air. So, can't wait for that. So yeah, that is my whole thingamajiggy recommendation for anyone who is going to school, work, or college. If you want a gaming laptop, don't. Just don't. Might as well just spend money on a desktop at this point. Yes, you can lug it around, but if you're maybe going on a place that doesn't have really good internet connection and you don't really want the remote desktop, sure, maybe go with a gaming laptop, but I kind of prefer that, just look around wherever you are. Maybe step outside, look at the scenery, check out the shops. That is what I'm doing after this stream. I'm just gonna go ahead, go around the city, see if anything is good. If there's any tech that I want, I could buy it. I think I have enough money to buy the A56. But will I buy the A56? No. This is what being smart on money does. Speaking of money, yeah. I did receive a lot of money this Christmas and birthday. So I do kind of want to repay it back by asking you guys, what tech content you want me to make. Do you want me to talk about Android phones mostly? You want me to talk about iPhones mostly? Or if you guys want to see me talk about PCs, I'll put that on the polls on like all of the socials that I have. I'll put it on the Discord server. I'll put it on YouTube so that everyone can have a vote. Because again, yeah, the Discord server is 18 plus. Safe for work, but still. Um Gotta be sure. I don't know. I don't wanna deal with all of that stuff. So that is it for the advice segment because the holidays are wrapping up. It's time to go back to work, do everything. Meaning it's time for the free for all segment. This only has been 45 minutes. I don't really have that much to talk about. Already yapped about but I haven't yapped about what I wanted to buy. So there are some things that I'm planning to buy, but I'm not sure if I should pull the plug on it. First of all is a mic stand. Yes, I know my mic stand broke, but the frugal in me is like, that cost about 1,000 pesos. It's yes, you have money, but if you buy it, you're gonna be 1,000 pesos less, and you could spend that on more stuff that is more useful. I mean, the mic is standing right now on a phone tripod, and it's working, does the job, and it's doesn't need to be replaced. Um, Other things that I'm planning to replace is the keyboard. But this is a full size keyboard. Maybe I might need the numpad. If I don't, I'll see. I'll see. But still, it costs a pretty penny for a new keyboard. A second monitor, that would be nice, but I'm debating if I should get like, gaming monitor or get myself one of those used Apple Studio displays. Not the new ones, because the new ones cost an arm and a leg. I don't like that. I meant the 30-inch 2004 to 2005 Apple Studio display. I know it's quite old. It's not that fast in terms of refresh rate, but it's a big screen, So I'm feeling like switching to that. Maybe have it on the center, and if I want to play games, I can just, I don't know. I'll think about that. But there are no listings of the 30-inch studio display. So maybe it's very obsolete to the point where I could barely find anything. Um, as for life updates, nothing much. Nothing much actually. Um, usually I would have some updates, but I want to hold my breath. I don't want to jinx stuff too early. But hey, all good, all good. Project Zomboid server sounds great though. Maybe I could have one day a Project Zomboid server, alongside a Minecraft server, alongside, whatever. But the electricity bills will be pretty painful. So I don't know how I'm gonna deal with that. Maybe when I eventually go to Canada or another place, yeah. Maybe the electric bills might be more cheaper. So I'll be able to afford running it 24/7, 365. 24/7 is not a problem. 365 is the problem. Um, could always turn off AC. I don't need a heater when my whole country is the heater. So maybe I might try and find a more lightweight PC, like an 8th or 12th gen i5. Because keep in mind, yes, DDR4, it's gonna suck paying for the RAM. But if you think about it, it's very power efficient. 65 watts. You could downclock it to 45 or 35 watts. And it would still be faster than a lot of older CPUs at its full speed. Yes, I can always buy a Dell T3500, put in two Xeons in it, and enjoy. But that's gonna be very painful for the electric bills. My electric bills is already $200. You might say, Omo, why is it $200? To that, I say, I really don't know. It always has been that way. Even if you turn off the AC, even if you turn off the desktop, it's still gonna end up like that. I think it might be from the oven or the induction stove, but I don't know. I'll blame Meralco for that one. So, fuck you, Meralco! Something like that. You know? Um, Same goes with PLDT, but PLDT is being alright today. So, good job, PLDT. You're doing your job. Only thing that I don't like about PLDT is that I cannot port forward. I need to go to the whole phone process. Hey, Dalen. Bella, yo. How is it going, you guys? How's your day today? Are you guys doing well in this fine day/night? I'm just here talking about life, talking about tech. If you guys have any tech questions, go ahead, yeet it on to me. I will answer them because I really need topics. This is like an open Q&A session right now. Just playing a lot of Silksong this evening. Fair enough, fair enough. One thing that I'm thinking about buying is a Switch. I do have enough money for the Switch 2, but I don't really think the Switch 2 is worth it. I know that yes, you have all of the advanced features of the Switch 2, the magnetic Joy-Cons, but still, it's gonna drift. The joysticks are gonna drift, and then you're gonna buy more Joy-Cons. It's gonna be like AA batteries, except it's more expensive. And other than Animal Crossing, I don't really have that much games to play. Splatoon, that sounds fun, I guess. Silksong, Splatoon. And Animal Crossing, maybe I'd have more features if I emulate it, but Nintendo's gonna ban me for emulating DS games on that, so not. Celeste is a fun game too. Oh yeah, I've heard that. I got a holiday, so I was home all day, so I'm good. That's nice. That's nice. You know, resting for the holidays. Can't beat that. Can't beat that. Right. So let's look at Celeste. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Pixel art game. Yeah. I wonder why are all of the good games, well, most of the good games nowadays, indie games. It's either they're indie games or small studio games. They aren't AAA games. Because the AAA games right now, they're kind of meh. I mean, Game Awards. Wait, who won for Game Awards? I only know the candidates. Um, let's check the Game Awards. You know, we are also gamers here, so okay. Game of the Year, Expedition 33. That's nice. At least it's not. Oh, still, I'd be happy if it's also Silk Song. Um, I'd be happy if Death Stranding 2 and Hollow Knight Silk Song also won for Game of the Year. Those two, you know, they really deserve it. Um, Best game direction. Fair enough. Fair enough. But again, if Death Stranding 2 won, that's alright. I don't know if I just have a bias for um Daryl, because that's Walking Dead. I know. I will always call that guy Daryl. Come on, I like Walking Dead. Missed it. Best narrative, fair enough, fair enough. Kingdom Come Deliverance, Ghost of Yote. Ghost of Yote, kinda mid. Kinda mid, IMO. If you don't agree, come up to me and feel free to shake me. Best score in music, fair enough, fair enough. Expedition 33. Expedition most of the, yeah, it's all Expedition 33. Silk Song is the game I purposely put myself through mental pain to play, yet it's fun. Have you ever tried Elden Ring or Dark Souls 3? That one is the painful game. Hey, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 6. Wow, Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4. Showing my age, aren't we? Battlefield 6. Yeah, Battlefield 6, yeah, they're good, they're good. You know, going to return to form of just pure fighting game. Pure bang bang game. That's good, that's good. Can't believe it though. Expedition. Yep. Expedition 33 again. Best performance. Nice, nice. Then again. See, there's three. There's three nominations for Expedition 33. Other ones, Silent Hill, Indiana Jones, Ghost of Yote. I don't like Ghost of Yote. Doesn't really follow up the Ghost of Tsushima that much. It's not Dark Souls or Elden Ring level of difficulty, but I still take 20 to 40 tries for each boss. Ah, I see, I see. Honestly, for me, when it comes to consoles, I just want whatever plays Hyperdimension Neptunia. But that would originally be the PS Vita or something else. But I heard they released a Nintendo Switch port for that, so maybe I could just get a Nintendo Switch Lite, mod that. I know that we have some great modders are in the community, so you know, get a Switch Lite, do that, get yourself Hyperdimension Neptunia, all of that, and go at it. Another thing that I want is also what do you call this? Um, what is that? I'm thinking. Project Diva. Yeah, there. Rhythm game. Nice rhythm game. The thing that was announced that really shocked me is a forestry game. That looks nothing like a forest game, but then again, I don't game much anymore. It's alright. I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing that when we're growing old, you know, as someone that has lived for about 20 years and counting, Hopefully counting for a long time. Long time. The more older you get, the more time that you don't have for playing games. I know this sounds crazy, but don't you guys feel the same way too? At least for the older peeps here in the chat. You know, you get your own money, you can get yourself a pretty good gaming PC that won't do 20 FPS at 480p, something that will look nice, something that can play all of the games that your child self wants, but you don't have the time for it. It's not as enjoyable as it was before, you know? You got so many stuff to worry about life. Um, I don't know. Could just be me. EA Sports 20 oh, EA, FIFA. No, 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 no. Innovation and access. There is no innovation in EA Sports. They always make the same game. EA Sports. Remake the game. Alright, another cake for me. Games for Impact. Okay, South of Midnight. I mostly game now when Eloira wants to play together or when I'm not busy at work, lol. Yeah, mood. The only time I play is Project Zomboid. And when I play Project Zomboid, it's mostly with Eloira. I cannot do Project Zomboid on my own. I cannot play any single player games on my own unless if it's like Hearts of Iron or Europa Universalis. I should really think about getting Europa Universalis 5. I don't know, no. Maybe the Winter Sale is still active. I don't know. I still know how to play games. I can play Apex Legends. I can play League, but I don't really have that much incentive. Not unless if we have like a collab scheduled and like, you know, I'm gonna train the heck out of the game. Sure. But if it's for my own, I'm mostly out and about, you know, touching grass, living life, trying to says the Genshin. Fair enough. Says the Genshin player. I haven't played Genshin since 2024. Okay. Anything after Natlan? No. Not Natlan. Yeah, Natlan. Um anything after what's that? Fontaine. Yeah. Anything after Fontaine, I haven't really paid attention. Actually, I stopped mostly playing um in the middle of Sumeru, you know? So, yeah. Games for Impact. I still know most of the characters though. Best ongoing, No Man's Sky? Why are you here? Been a while. Oh, that evolves player experience over time. Fair enough. No Man's Sky was doo-doo before, but they they really clutched it. Final Fantasy 14. 14? Yeah, 14, yeah. Final Fantasy. Helldivers, Marble Rival. I don't like Marble Rival. Best community support, Baldur's Gate 3. Fair enough. Um, Best independent game, Expedition 33. See, the one that won the Game Awards is an indie game. It's not a AAA game. See, best debut indie game, Expedition 33. Best mobile game, Uma Musume Pretty Derby. Fair enough. You know, if I don't respond on Discord, you could blame it on that. Because most times out of 10, I'm just playing Uma Musume. I'm playing the horse game. Whenever I need to cope in life, I will play the horse game. I have gone so far that I have both the global version in my iPhone and the Japanese version on my Samsung. I wish I could show it in my I could show it in stream, but I have to like go ahead and um install some apps for that. Maybe one day I'll go ahead and do Uma Musume. Yes. Wuthering Waves, Wuwa is alright. Would play ZZZ instead. Just like that, I have made an entire fan base very angry. I'm sorry, both of the games are still good. Best VR AR. Honestly, I haven't checked VR in about 2 years already. I conked out when the Quest 3 launched, sold my Quest 2, and I haven't done anything since. Um, Life, honestly, you can't really VR chat anymore. When you have so much of a life. Doing things. Best action game, Hades. Okay, that's fine, Hades. Best action, Silk Song. Let's go. Silk Song won an award. I like Silk Song. It's nice. Best RPG, Expedition 33. Fatal Fury. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Fighting game, nice, nice. Best family, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Nintendo. You know, Nintendo is special, very special, very good. Case Sim Strategy, Final Fantasy Tactics. Maybe I might play that in the Switch. Best racing, Mario Kart. Obviously Mario Kart, because everything here is meh. Maybe Sonic Racing, but F125. That's basically a recycle of a recycle of a recycle of a recycle of a recycle rematch. I'm not sure about that. EA Sport, recycle of a recycle of a recycle of a recycle. Yes. Best multiplayer, Arc Raiders. Oh yeah, I heard a lot of people playing Arc Raiders. Not sure how that game is, but yes, yes. Elden Ring. Best adaptation, a Minecraft movie didn't win. The Last of Us season 2. Fair enough. Last of Us was good. But I wouldn't mind if Minecraft movie won. I know. Hear me out. Yes, a lot of kids like the Minecraft movie, but I get Mojang's point on the vision of Minecraft. You know, they say that it is a Minecraft movie. Like, it's not the Minecraft movie. It's one of the stories, that involve Minecraft. And every person has their own movie about Minecraft. So, leaves things up to interpretation and whatnot. I do wish it was a little bit more faithful, but, it is what it is. It's their direction and whatnot. But it would be also fine if they won that. But all in all, yeah, Last of Us Season 2, fair enough if it wins. What if it points to another MC movie? I don't know. There's no other Minecraft movie. Most anticipated game, Grand Theft Auto 6. Okay, wait more. Have you seen the news? Have you guys seen the news? Right, the release date of Grand Theft Auto 6. I almost said Gran Turismo. Jeez. The release date of Grand Theft Auto 6, it was supposed to be November of 2026, but they're like, I don't know if we'll be done by then, so we'll push it to 2027. They aren't beating the everything happens before GTA 6 meme. Who knows, I might have a wife and a kid. Kids! And grandkids by the time Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. I don't know when they'll put out Grand Theft Auto 6. It's been 5 for like 12, 13 years already. Best Creator of the Year, Moist Critical. Fair enough. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh. Burnt Peanut. Nah, I don't like the Burnt Peanut. I mean, they're alright, but I don't think they should win Content Creator of the Year. Kaizenat, fair enough. Not my audience, don't really like them, but if they won, that's fine. Sakura Miko, honestly, with VTubers, I don't know. I know there's a lot of people that watch VTubers, but at the end of the day, we're still kind of niche. It's still kind of a niche thing. It's still kind of small thing. It's enclosed on the anime, which still in the grand scheme of things is still kind of, I'm not really sure. So, it's great that Moist Critical won. Moist Critical is definitely the best choice to have for Content Creator of the Year. But everyone here is good, Yes. Best esports game, Counter-Strike 2, which is basically CSGO. Valorant, no, I don't like Valorant. Mobile Legends Bang Bang, that's a copy of League of Legends. League of Legends, you already know the stereotype of League of Legends. Dota 2, haven't heard of that since 2010. Right. Sorry, no. You get the point. No shade, no shade to Dota 2 and Dota. They're good games. I like the Dota song. Best esports athlete. Oh, okay. Chovy. Nice. They all look like good people. Best esports team. Team Vitality for Counter-Strike 2. Yes. Reminds me of Plus. Player's Voice. 100% fan voted award. It's between Expedition 33, Dispatch, Genshin Impact, Silksong, and Wuthering Waves. Wow! Tough competitors over here. Um. Yeah, I would have voted for Dispatch and Silksong. Genshin won too much. Wuthering Waves is alright, but I like Dispatch and Silksong a bit more. And that's it. That's it for the Game Awards. Yeah, that's it for the Game Awards. But yeah, that basically shows almost everything about the gaming scene nowadays. In one way, it's quite nice. In another way, it's kind of grim because even though if games are starting to become, well, they're picking back up on how exciting they are, how much innovation is going through a game. Have you tried Where Winds Meet? No, not yet. Haven't tried Where Winds Meet. I am both broke and have no time. But if I have time and if I have money, I'll go ahead and buy that game. Um, yeah, I do really want to play some games on the go. You know, have an ROG Ally with me or a good portable laptop. Just enough to play games from like 2018. You know, it's not asking for much. I'm fine with it also at 720p. You know, I've been a 720p gamer for quite a long time. Um isn't Where Winds free? Oh shoot, it is free? Let's go. That's gonna be I'm gonna install that on Steam right now. My Steam list is very empty. Very empty. Where Winds Meet. Cyberpunk 2077. Let's go. Um Wow, that was perfect timing. Where Winds Meet. Oh, there. Okay. What's this? Ah. Oh, it's this game. I've seen this game. Okay. I know this game. I know this game. More things to play on stream. Let's go. Though the playing on stream would probably happen on the Thursday, Tuesday will always be breakfast and tech with Omo. So Supermarket together, I could play that. Soon Project Zomboid, I don't know if I could play that solo. Yeah, cause my old accounts, either they are compromised or they are compromised. So, um, I do kind of have to restock my Steam um library, see what games are good. A lot of stuff in Gary's mod. Gary's mod is 159. That's nice. You pay for Among Us? Why would you pay for Among Us? Just go install Among Us in your phone. Misery, yeah, misery indeed. But yeah. Well, happy. I gotta eat my cake now. You know, the gaming scene is like a roller coaster right now. On one end, you have very good games that are coming out, good indie games. A lot of people are making games, easy to make games, but math exam on Thursday, but this is more important. It's gonna be, when is your math exam? No, what time is your go do your math exam first. I'll be here. I'll even reschedule the stream if just so that you can do your math exam. Stay in school. You'll need it. I don't want you to dodge exams just to see me. I'll do it after you go home, from school or something cuz nah. Your grades are important. Don't don't sabotage them because of me. Don't. Please don't. Your time, your stuff is more better. It's the it's the Yomi cursed egg. It's the Yomi cursed egg. No. Yomi's a 7 foot tall Oni. And with that, I will drink my green tea. This green tea is mid. Ah yeah, I got shopping too. Yeah. A lot of fun stuff. But this green tea, kinda mid. I mean, it is unsweetened green tea, so you do get what you pay for. It's healthy though, at least. Right. Where was I? I keep on repeating myself. Okay. And yes, while the gaming scene is good, the whole PC scene is on fire. Um, Nothing is good priced anymore. Maybe you can buy a power supply, maybe you can buy a case, maybe you can buy a motherboard, but that's about it. They're gonna raise the prices on the CPU, they're gonna raise the prices on the SSD, they're gonna raise the prices on the graphics card, they're gonna raise the prices on the RAM. The RAM is already 10x. I don't wanna pay $500 just for 32 gigabytes of RAM. And what's even more crazy, it's almost $1,000 for 64. And yes, I could always buy a 32 gigabyte kit, but that's already the price of a 64 gigabyte kit, maybe even less. I could go ahead and feed myself for 2 weeks and get RAM at the old price for the price of the new RAM right now. And even then, since it's DDR5, if you link both of them up, if you put it with 4 sticks, it's gonna be unstable. It's gonna be more unstable than Omo. Oops, oh shoot. I wasn't supposed to say that. My bad, chat. Um, you haven't seen anything. But yes, you get the point. It's not like DDR4 RAM. It's not like DDR4 RAM where you can put 4 sticks of DDR4 and you can just say, "Wee, I got 64 gigabytes." You can't. No, you can't. You can't. Before I can just slap 4 8 gigabyte sticks. No. 8, 16, 24, 32. No. 16, 32. 1632, yeah. I could get 4 16 gigabyte sticks of DDR4, 3200 megahertz, slap them on, and boom, I have 64 gigabytes running at 3200 megahertz. But if I buy 4 sticks of 32 gigabytes, 16x4 of like a G-Skill kit or any kit on DDR5, it's gonna suffer. It's gonna be unstable. I don't know why. It's just DDR5. Oh, thank you, Traktatori. Oops, mask off moment. I got a 1TB SSD for 120 CAD. Ooh, that is actually a good deal. What brand is that? I'd be impressed if it's like one of the big brands, Crucial, Sabrent, Kingston. Kingston is mid, but it's alright. I'm fine with Kingston. Samsung, not bad. I think they use decent. At the end of the day, a lot of brands just use the same memory chips. I think Samsung is good because they make the chips, and then they make the software, they basically make everything. So maybe that's why Samsung's is so reliable. That's actually one thing that I should buy, a 2 or a 4 TB SSD, because I got 3 operating systems. Hear me out. So, my first operating system is Windows 11. It's not the one that I'm using right now. This is gonna be the operating system that I use, that when people come over here, they want to play Marvel Rivals, they want to play Valorant. I want them to enjoy my computer because not everyone gets to experience an RTX 4090 and a Ryzen 7, okay? Um, so that's Windows 11. And then Windows 10, which is basically right now, skinned as Vista, well, for the sakes, it's funny, it's nice, fits the aesthetic. Then I have Arch Linux for all of my Linux experimentation. But it's getting kind of cramped, fitting 2 terabytes with 3 OSs, you're gonna run out of space eventually. That's like almost 600 gigabytes each. 1 terabyte SSD, 120 CAD, D4 SATA 3. For SATA 3 SSD, it's not bad. Not a bad price. Could be cheaper, but 1 terabyte SSD? Not bad, not bad. It's good. I'm still thinking about buying hard drives, honestly, but hard drives, they are kind of dangerous if you're using them 24/7. If, the computer vibrates or if there's a drop, then there goes your hard drive. But you have bigger problems to worry about, like the graphics card. But then again, graphics card just cost money. Storage has your memories. So, don't make the same mistake as me. Get yourself a good quality hard drive, or else you might lose data that you cannot, get back. Yes, yes. So, maybe I can go ahead and make an RTX setup for less than $200 or around $200, 250 maybe at most. I can try doing that if you guys want to see that. Then I could repurpose it into a server. I think an RTX 3060 already costs like $200. I don't know what would you guys pay for a gaming PC nowadays? Would you pay like $200, 10,000 pesos in it? The 20,400, maybe even 25,000, which is like $500. I don't know. I can make a PC at any price point. I just don't know what is the most open price point. I don't even know if people need phones more than desktops, because I can do anything. I can get a budget phone setup. I can get a budget laptop setup. I can make a budget on the go setup. Actually, there was this idea that I wanted to make for some months now. It's basically a get up and run build. So, it's basically a PC setup. Well, your whole tech setup, having a bag with all of the stuff that you can use outside. You have a laptop, you have a phone, you have all of the whole peripherals and whatnot. That's a good idea. Wait, be right back. Oh, wrong screen. Why is it? Wait, it's always on the main one. Okay. There. I'll put it there on top. I'm guessing precious silver, metals like silver are used in electronics. No. It's not really. It's not really that. Here, with more understanding, this is why a lot of tech is getting more expensive. Specifically, the RAM, which is contributing to everything. So, a lot of data centers right now, a lot of companies need more data centers. I'm talking about Google, Microsoft, Amazon, who else? All of those big companies. Um, Maybe Apple, but Apple not really. I think they're all good. And since they need more data centers, where are they gonna get that from? They're gonna get that from professional grade stuff, but due to the rise of AI, you really need fast memory. You cannot get decent capacity memory, no decent speed memory, because how AI models work for Chat GPT anyway. It's You need fast RAM and fast graphics card with a lot of capacity. And you could already see the problem with that. You need terabytes upon terabytes, and you need, terabytes upon terabytes of graphics card and RAM. And because of that, it has gone to high demand. There's a lot of demand. But that also means there's competition. And with competition, there will be some sore losers. So the person from OpenAI, ChatGPT, is said sore loser and said, all of you guys suck. I don't want all of you guys to win and for me to lose. So what I will do is I will buy all of the unfinished chips, all of the unfinished RAM chips, store it in our warehouse, and do not touch it. That is the updated story that I know. Correct me if I'm wrong. That is from what I've researched from the internet, from news. OpenAI got 40 up to 40% of the entire RAM supply, entire HBM2 supply for 2026, 2027. I don't know if it will last up until 2028, 2029, but I've also heard stuff about that too, but I'm not sure. So because you have all of this stuff in your warehouse, what about all of your competitors? Well, they're either gonna starve or they would have to find elsewhere. Meaning, there is a low surplus of this very fast, very high capacity RAM. And because of that, a lot of... Oh, give me a second. All right, right. Where was I? Okay, I'll just edit this thing if you guys want it to make sense. So, basically, you have to see where things are going, which is 40% of all of the RAM that will be produced in 2026 and in 2027 will be owned by ChatGPT. So if ChatGPT has all of the stock wafers, this isn't even RAM yet. It's just the wafers for said high capacity, high speed RAM. This is not the regular DDR5. This is HBM2, but I'll call it high capacity RAM. Whatever. Um, so since all of this is being stored in ChatGPT's warehouse, the competitors are either gonna starve, making ChatGPT win, which that's bad, or they have to find elsewhere. And since they're finding elsewhere, there's too much demand for this high capacity memory. So what the memory manufacturers saw is like, oh, there is so much demand, there's so much profit that can be made from these RAM chips, of the high capacity ones, that we're gonna decrease production, we're gonna make less of the consumer gaming RAM, the stock DDR5 RAM, and we're gonna make more of this high capacity server RAM. And since there's a lot of that, there's barely any supply left. Meaning, basic economics 101, you will learn this in high school. Low supply, high demand, which means high price. And because of that, there goes your RAM. So much so that a lot of phones might ship with 4 gigabytes of RAM in the coming weeks and months. Unfortunately, years. And a lot of the prices will go up. I mean, I'm gonna go to DataBlitz later. This is our local gaming center. And they're gonna price 64 gigabytes of RAM as 40,000. That's almost $1,000, and that's just ridiculous. Even the SSDs are like that. So I'm just, why, why? Um, but that's the reality. That's the reality. stuff like this has happened in the past. If you've been an avid PC gamer for um basically the past 20, 30 years, maybe even 40 if you're that long ago, you will see that these stuff happens, like the HDD crisis in like 2006 or 2008, whatever. I knew why RAM was expensive. I was just wondering if AI has any connection to silver being at 119 per ounce when it was 65 per ounce in October. Um, Maybe RAM chips use silver, but not much of it. I don't think silver is that much of an important thing. It's just like sand at this point. It's a raw material. It's could be inflation, I feel like. Inflation, I don't think inflation is that bad. They're not making any more coins. If they're making more coins, they're just shooting themselves in the foot. Why make more currency of coins? You know? No one wants to carry any pennies. It's just gonna be stuck in the sewer. Um, but they are great for the collectors. I'm also collecting my money just to make sure that um I don't, you know, maybe you'd never know. Because right now, our 1973, 1974 coins cost so much. So, would be nice to just stock up on money. Just like collect one from every single year. Every single series. Yeah. And, yeah. Unfortunately, almost being called again. So, I might have to wrap this up a bit sooner. Um, I'll stick up until 1 hour and 30. All good, all good. Um, a quarter from 1966 is worth $15 here. Whoa! I don't know if they're still in circulation. I could tell it to people to my family over there that hey, 1966 coin cost a lot. Want to save money? Go find a 1966 coin. But yeah. Hey, nice. You can find one in a roll if you look for them. That's nice. That's nice. And sometimes I'm your in your change. Nice, nice, nice. I mean, when I get there, when I get there, I'm just gonna stock up. I'm gonna stock up on coins. You know, maybe I can give some to you. I know you have so much of a collection, but hey, come on, better support your friends. Just, here's my 2 cents, literally. Here's a penny's worth of advice. Literally gives pennies. Ah, but yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, I do have to close in for the day, which I wish we could talk more, but almost pretty busy. I do apologize for that. So if I am late sometimes, but just remember for anyone here, I'll be streaming in Tuesday and on Thursday, which for people there in Canada that is well, 10:44. It would be probably Monday and Wednesday for you guys. Yes, Monday and Wednesday for you guys. Around this time, which is Tuesday and Thursday for me. I could stream daily, but I feel like that one is a bit you know, that's a bit too much. And I do also want to make videos. So, only 7:44 for me. Oh, okay. In the morning or in the evening? If it's in the evening, that's nice. At least this is a good time. I could actually, be about evening. Ah, nice, nice, nice. I could maybe move my streams from 9 a.m. my time, which is like 5 for you, um, all the way to like 10, because I feel like everyone is either too sleepy at 9. Well, I was too sleepy at 9. This is actually my second attempt today on streaming because I was so airheaded. I still am. I do trip on my words. I do have to be better at that. I have to focus. So, but yeah, that is another thing. But yeah, I don't want to drag you or keep you guys here for too long. And everyone has still their days up and going, so I'll end things here. I really appreciate everyone that has gone here today. Um, you guys are the best. You guys are great. So I want to thank everyone that has gone here today. Thank you, Traktatori. Thank you, Nabe. Thank you, Kozar. Thank you, Dalen. Thank you, Bella. Uh, and thank you, everyone who is lurking right now. Um, Please, all of you, have a good morning, afternoon, evening. If you guys just woke up, please eat lots, stretch, and most importantly, do your best today. And for anyone who is going to bed right now, may your pillows be cold, blankets be warm, and most importantly, the room at a perfect temperature. Mama will shoo the bad dreams. Whatever I said. Uh, all right. So this is Omo. I'll be back on Wednesday, Thursday. Check the Twitch schedule page for everything. For the Omo schedule, and you guys are great. Thank you as well for the lurkers and everyone who is in the chat. And I'll see you everyone in about a day or two. All right. See you guys. Bye bye.